What is up, guys? Welcome
As
back
the old
to
saying
Let's
goes,
Watch
behind
Death
every great
Battle.
man is a
I love Death
badass
Battle.
woman with a big hammer. Something like that.
And today's combatants are exactly that. What could go wrong?
Amy Rose, Sonic the Hedgehog's #1 fangirl.
And Ramona Flowers, the girl of Scott Pilgrim's dreams.
Though
He's
she
whiz
uses
and
more
I'm
than a hammer.
boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. When young Amy Rose first heard of the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, she became immediately obsessed.
But while most rabid fangirls would stalk him online or build a shrine in their closet, Amy dialed her crazy up to 11.
Yes.
I guess you could say she was hooked on Sonics?
I threw up in my mouth a little bit. That was so bad.
Well, determined to meet her hero face to face, Amy decided that the best option was to learn how to read tarot cards. Of
Which
course.
give her special
Hey, the
powers.
lady at the
I
fair
think.
never let me down.
After lots of practice, one reading finally predicted she would meet the blue blur on the mysterious Little Planet.
And she did meet him. Well, after she was kidnapped by the evil Dr. Eggman and used as bait to lure Sonic into a trap. But hey, first impressions aren't everything, right?
God
Yeah.
knows that's true, or we certainly wouldn't be working together.
What? So I forgot my pants on my first day. It happens to us all.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, God.
Anyway, meeting Sonic wasn't enough for Amy. Despite her young age and inexperience, she made it her personal mission to become a part of his freedom-fighting crew.
Passion
So
Sonic,
Amy
Big
spent some
Sonic.
time building a badass skill set to convince her hasty hedgehog hero she'd be
Yeah.
a valuable team member. And girlfriend.
It actually wouldn't take long. By running after Sonic, her sheer will and determination let her reach the super speed she needed to chase him down.
But she's not
That's terrifying.
as fast
Keep in
as
mind,
Sonic at
Sonic's
full speed.
casual speed sits at about 765 miles per hour.
That's extra terrifying.
Tell me about it. Apparently, she tapped into her innate hedgehog speed gene, which is a thing. Where the hell they got this, I have no clue. I mean, have you seen real hedgehogs run? They're not all that fast.
Apart from being quick on her feet, Amy can target specific enemies with the homing attack,
Yes.
charge up speed with the spin dash, and even turn herself invisible.
Right, by concentrating her energy, Amy can somehow cloak her entire body from view.
She's obsessive, fast,
game is
and
that
can turn
from?
herself invisible. It's like the Sonic gods made the ultimate stalker.
Well, she still hasn't learned how to hide her shadow.
That might be even scarier. But what really gives Amy an edge is her signature weapon, the Pico Pico Hammer. God, that's a dumb name.
It's actually based on the Japanese children's toy of the same name.
Yeah, well, this weapon would be totally stupid if it didn't create tornadoes.
That's right, it can create a pink vortex to throw at Amy's enemies. She can also use the Pico Pico hammer to double jump or spin through the air like a helicopter. And if she loses it, she can somehow magically summon a new one out of thin air.
Where did
Really
she
think
get
you're
it
moving
from?
on too fast from the whole tornado thing, Wiz. Tornadoes! From the hammer. Hamnado.
After all was said and done, Amy became good enough to join Sonic's squad, becoming a valuable member of the team.
She's strong enough to match the power of a 25-foot-tall metal machine. She dazed the Iron King, a guy who can tank laser fire from an army, and once threw her hammer hundreds of feet into the air to knock Dr. Eggman's ship out of flight.
She survived a one-on-one match against Knuckles where she was crushed by a boulder over twice her size.
And even more impressively, she once wiped out half of an entire robotic invading force all on her own.
She may be powerful, but she still has some growing up to do.
Amy is a tween girl. She's pretty immature sometimes, rushing into action without thinking.
Like when she was mind-controlled by Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Really?
Yep, he's a beaver who mind-controls girls through the power of repetitive and uninspired music.
Jesus.
But the most important thing to
God.
take away from all of this is that once Amy Rose sets her mind to something, she will get it done. No matter what.
Keep your rotten robots away from my Sonic or you're gonna be sorry!
Okay.
When Ramona Flowers first saw Scott Pilgrim, she was
Like polar
immediately
opposites.
unimpressed.
She just wanted to do her own thing, delivering packages for Amazon Canada. But Scott couldn't get her out of his mind.
Literally in his mind, which is weird.
It's not weird at all. So, No, it's just you have this really convenient subspace highway running through your head that I like to use. It's like 3 miles.
That's
in
gonna
15
come into
seconds.
play.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I think she
anyway,
can
Scott
go in there through
somehow
her
managed to charm
purse
her
or
into
something?
giving him a chance. But there was just one little, somewhat dangerous catch to it all.
You see, if Scott wanted to land his pilgrims at
Pink,
Vagina
blue,
Rock,
pink,
he
orange.
had to battle and defeat Ramona's 7 evil exes. God, screw that. That's way too much work. I don't care
Although he
how
did
hot
pretty
she is.
good.
Find a new one.
Luckily for Scott, he did not have to fight them all alone, as Ramona isn't your typical damsel in distress.
Yeah, she's a badass. She's strong, tough, and damn good on a pair of rollerblades.
She's also
She
proficient
melting
in
the
numerous
ice?
types of weapons, from mallets to swords, and carries multiple on her person at all times, such as her titanium baseball bat.
And her giant hammer. It might look plain to you, but when Ramona wields this sledge, even Gundam robots fall to pieces.
It also gives her a +2 bonus against girls.
That
Useful.
doesn't sound very impressive.
Sure, it's a tiny number, but in context,
Yeah,
all
the
power-ups
stat
in
boost
Scott Pilgrim's world use
crazy.
small numbers for big changes, so
Yes.
it's actually not half bad.
Well, either way, somehow she keeps all her weapons in her purse. How the hell do women do that?
That's not just any purse, Boomstick, it's her subspace suitcase. It may seem like an ordinary bag, but it's actually a door to an extra-dimensional hammer space.
Okay.
Okay.
This subspace is a series of pocket dimensions available to certain people through extra-dimensional doorways.
Dimension in a bag, got it.
It's more of a doorway, and the dimension it leads to exists inside Ramona's head. She can even control this particular pocket of space with her emotions.
Jesus, what the hell were these writers on?
Oh, this is gonna
Heroin.
come into play really
and by
bad.
that I mean a strong female protagonist. Heyo!
What's with you today?
Without Ramona's skills and weaponry, Scott likely would have never succeeded in defeating the evil exes.
Like when she fought Roxy, her ex from her sexy phase. Roxy is strong enough to knock Scott so hard he smashed several steel I-beams, which would need at least 3,000 pounds of force. And Ramona's taking hits and sexing up this superpowered chick, no problem.
She's also got many years of experience under her belt. Even when she was just around 12 years old, she could fight off an entire army of older jocks all at once.
She's strong enough to send people flying dozens of feet through the air with a smack of her hammer. And she's so fast and nimble on her rollerblades, she can keep up with ninjas. Man, this chick's got it all.
Don't get too starry-eyed just yet, though. Ramona has her fair share of problems. For example, the only reason Ramona has so much control over her subspace in the first place is because one of her exes infected her with the glow.
Ah, the glow, huh? That's a rough one. I've got it too.
Wait, really? You have an energy field which turns your own emotions against you?
Yeah, that's what I have. On a completely unrelated note, Wiz, how long should one's genitals normally, glow in the dark?
Exactly 0 seconds.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I don't have that problem then. But roller coasters of emotions aside, Ramona is one hell of an ass-kicking girlfriend any man would be lucky to get with.
I think you need a doctor.
Well, then Gideon best get his pretentious ass up here, because I'm about to kick yours out of the Great White North.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, if you're one of those people who eats food, then I have some great information for you. Tell them, Wiz.
Pausing before it even starts. Or before the ad starts, as it were. Okay, so I've been fairly silent through the analysis. There were a couple of points I wanted to make, because I do know a bit about both of these characters. Amy, I don't believe... they might take that rock thing as durability. I didn't think that she was as durable as everyone else, which is kind of what I went into this thinking. And she's not really immune to super, like anything supernatural, so that could come into play with her subspace bag. In fact, I'm almost certain it will. But if I'm not mistaken, when Ramona's bag was destroyed, I think, by Gideon, it took them out of the subspace. I say that with a question mark because I might not be remembering that correctly. Which could just be something they didn't mention, as they're prone to do. Who do I think is going to win? I think it's going to be Amy. Just for the simple reason that it doesn't make... Ramona has like one ace in the hole that I think can be beaten. Amy, along with her toon force and her comic force, has done more impressive things. I'm trying to speak with my hands like a weirdo. Well, maybe not like a weirdo. Anyways, so I think Amy's gonna win just because I think she's naturally faster, and she might have the edge in durability. I say might. I'm not sure how much durability that rock really brings into play. There we go. I'm stumbling over my own words. Anyways, so my guess is going to be Amy. I really hope Ramona wins, just because I really like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I read all the graphic novels, I played the game, watched the movie. It was all good. So yeah, let's start the ad and then get into the death battle.
You know how it is. Researching characters and making them fight to the death is time-consuming.
Yes.
I don't have time to go to the store and make my own meals, but I also don't want to doom my existence to fast food sugar addiction.
Yes.
Thankfully, Blue Apron changed all of that.
There is no
For
Blue
less
Apron.
than $10 a meal, Blue Apron sends me seasonal recipes with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal comes with an easy step-by-step recipe which can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. This
Why are
chicken
you
stir-fry
smelling the
only
lettuce
took about 20. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/battle. See for yourself how good it feels and tastes to create impeccable home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Death battle time it is. So this takes place in... Okay, this takes place in the Scott Pilgrim world then. Why is Sonic here? Why is she so angry? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What initiated this battle? What? Why did this battle start? Okay. Okay. Music's nice. Block the spin dash with the hammer. Oh, no, she just died. Okay. They're just bouncing off of stuff. Oh, here comes that subspace bag. Why not just leave Amy in the subspace? Good job. Oh, she beat them all. What? I should have seen that. Did she break her hammer? Alright, so she broke the bag and now they're going outside. That amounted to quite literally nothing. Alright. Uh-oh. Tornado. Poor Scott. I feel really bad for Scott if Amy wins, because then he has to watch Ramona die. I don't know, maybe she has a 1-up or something. Get a happy ending. I guess she just casually jumps through a tornado. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, I better hope she had a 1-up.
Game over.
Ramona may have been the smarter and more level-headed of the two, but Amy just had the edge in almost every other category.
Ramona can skate faster than most, but Amy's fast enough to keep up with Sonic. To be clear, she's definitely not as fast as Sonic,
Yes.
but she's certainly capable of catching up to him at times. Ramona stood no chance in the speed department, so she had to rely on her skill and strength. And while they both had similar strength feats like defeating giant robots or whacking people a huge distance with their hammers, Amy's feats go several steps beyond anything of Ramona's.
Take Amy throwing her hammer
spaceship
into
thing
Eggman's
is gonna
ship in
come
the
into
sky,
play here,
for
okay.
instance. Given the height of the ship and Amy's location, it's likely she had to throw her hammer at least 2,100 feet. While her hammer's exact weight is unknown, its head is large enough to be compared to the biggest sledgehammer ever used by man, which was
But do you know
64
what
pounds.
it's made out
In
of?
order to hit Eggman's ship as hard as she did, she must have thrown her hammer with 2 tons of force at bare minimum. And we're really lowballing that.
And that was just the first throw. The second one made the ship spin over, putting it way higher than 2 tons. Ramona at her best could take a hit from Roxy, who can dole out at a max up to 1.5 tons of force.
Whereas Amy survived being crushed by a boulder which, scaled to her height, weighed at least 4 tons.
Ramona gained an advantage when she brought the fight to her subspace purse mind.
But when Ramona's ex Gideon was trapped in that subspace, he was able to escape by destroying her bag. As
Right.
Amy is stronger and faster than Ramona, there's no reason to believe she couldn't do the same.
But would she
And
think
with
to do it,
Ramona's
is the
last
question.
trump card out of commission, all Amy had to do was finish her off.
Looks like Amy rose to the occasion.
The winner is Amy Rose.
Okay.
Next time on Death
I'll
Battle.
talk a bit more about this after the... Finally doing Hulk versus Doomsday. Alright.
Hulk is next.
So, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what just went down, and then we'll talk about the end there. So, I didn't call that Amy was gonna win. I just felt more like she had the impressive feats on her side. I do have some slight issues here and there with their logic, such as the destroying the subspace bag. Yes, Amy is capable of it, but would she think to do it is the question. Would she think that destroying it would help her out at all? And then the other one I'm kind of iffy about is her strength feat with how many tons of force she hit with. Because the approximate weight of her hammer isn't known. I don't think it's ever mentioned whether it's made out of like steel or iron or anything of the sort. I could be just completely off, and it was stated somewhere, and I just don't know, which is completely fine. I don't do research on any of these characters. But Amy wins. Not much of a surprise, honestly. I like Ramona more as a character. Amy can just get really annoying sometimes. But, yeah. It was a good death battle. I was really confused in the beginning to a lot of what was going on. There were a lot of, like, sound waves and such that were hitting, and they weren't even there, and it just... I don't know, maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch it to get everything. That's probably what needs to happen. But next time, the Hulk, I have 0% doubt that he is fighting Doomsday. Yeah. Hulk and Doomsday has always been one of their big draw ones. I think Hulk wins. But we'll talk more about that next time. And if you do want to see a battle of Hulk versus Doomsday, before waiting for Screw Attacks, I would go check out Animation Rewind. He did one just recently, Hulk versus Doomsday. Kind of beat Screw Attack to the punch there. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a like down below. Comment what you all thought of the video, and I will see you all next time. Peace!